Okay, so this has to be some of the biggest item buffs we've seen in a while. Tanks were back for a bit, but it looks like bruisers will be back on top with these new changes. Hello Summoners and welcome back to another ProGuides upcoming changes video. My name is Christoph and today I'll be going over some of the item changes that are hitting the Rift in patch 10.5. Everything that I mentioned here can be found in the PBE right now or on the Riot dev boards. However, please do keep in mind that nothing is set in stone and changes can be made before these items hit the live servers. Also, today's question of the day is, which item do you want to see buffs or nerfs for? Let us know your answers in comments down below. I'd like to personally see Deadman's Plate get some love. And before we get started, make sure to go to ProGuides.com if you want to see huge improvements to your rank. We got some challenger coaches waiting to help you right now to climb the ranks, so don't miss out on this opportunity and click the description link below. Alright, so first up we have some changes coming to Death's Dance. So this item is normally for bruisers and AD assassins who want to build damage while also having some form of sustain and survivability. However, for patch 10.5, this item is going to have its focus shifted from its heavy damage side to a more defensive side. Death's Dance will cost 3,500 gold and its recipe will be changed to Aegis of the Legion, Vampiric Scepter, Caulfield's Warhammer, and 400 extra gold. But the attack damage on Death's Dance will be lowered from 80 to 60, but it'll now grant you 30 extra armor and magic resist. On top of that, it'll still keep its 10% cooldown and 2 unique passives which heal you for 15% of damage dealt and turn 30% of damage taken into a bleed effect. This is a huge buff and I really mean it when I say huge. Tanks might have received some love last patch with those Sunfire buffs, but bruisers will be back on top if this item makes it into the live servers. Building Death's Dance is still going to give you 60 AD while also making you unkillable. Champions like Darius, Garen, Riven, and so many others are going to benefit from this change. Our analysts are predicting that Riot will likely change these buffs significantly before releasing them on the live server because they're honestly just way over the top. Next up on the item changes, we have some coming for Blade of the Ruined King. So for players who started recently or weren't around during the Season 3 days, Blade of the Ruined King has received a ton of nerfs within the past decade. This is mainly because of one champion named Zed being way too overpowered with the Blade of the Ruined King active. However, for patch 10.5, Blade of the Ruined King will now do 12% of the target's max HP for melee users. This means that Zed will likely be able to rush this item as his first buy and make his all-ins with his ultimate so much stronger. The reason why this item was nerfed was because Zed was able to do 12% of your max health while slowing you so he can guarantee his triple shuriken. If this change goes through, then expect Zed to start climbing the tier list and getting more attention during pick and ban phases. Next up for the item changes, we have a huge shift coming for Tiamat. This item has been a balancing nightmare in the past. Even after tons of nerfs, it just seems that the balance team cannot hit the mark on this item, and it continues to dominate the top lane meta. For patch 10.5, Tiamat will have its unique active called Crescent completely removed. For those who are unaware, this active made the closest enemy take the most damage, around 60 to 100% of your AD, with a 10-second cooldown. But removing this active is going to be a gigantic nerf towards Tiamat, which not only nerfs top laners like Jax and Aurelia, but also nerfs mid laners like Talon. Honestly, if this change does go through, then it'll likely result in one of the biggest meta shifts that the top lane has ever seen. Champions who rely on this item were balanced around the fact that they must build it, but now that it's so weak, it's likely a nerf to a lot of these popular picks like Jax, Aurelia, and Camille. But now you're probably wondering, didn't you just say the bruisers are getting buffed? Well, yes and no. Tiamat will have its active removed, but Titanic Hydra is getting some heavy buffs as compensation. This item will still keep its Crescent active, while also having its passive buffed as well. The Cleave will now deal 5 plus 1.5% of your max HP in your basic attacks, and the splash damage has been increased from 40 plus 2.5% to 40 plus 3% of your max HP. However, one thing to note is that this is also a buff to tanks. Champions who stack HP like Dr. Mundo are going to do so much more damage. That small 0.5% of max HP might seem like nothing, but when you have 5k total, it means that you're going to be hitting pretty hard. And lastly, for the items, we have changes coming to Ravenous Hydra. Unlike Titanic Hydra, the active on this item is going to be removed. However, it will still be compensated by having its lifesteal increased from 12% to 18%. This is a lot of extra sustain, but losing that active is going to nerf this item way too hard, and Titanic Hydra will likely overshadow Ravenous by a long mile. Let us know your thoughts down below on these changes in the comments. Our analysts would love to hear you guys out. Okay guys, that's going to be it for the upcoming changes for items in patch 10.5. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to be notified for our next video. We'll make sure to keep you guys updated as soon as we can whenever League of Legends news drops. This includes anything about new champions, reworks, balance changes, or updates about the game. And as always, if you guys want to get better at League of Legends this season, make sure to go to ProGuides.com and use the description link below. You'll see huge improvements to your rank right now. Our coaches are there to help you guys improve. Alright guys, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck in your next few games, and we'll see you on the Rift.